What's up, fam? So, real quick, wanted to share a situation with you guys that I recently had the opportunity to stand on business. Hopefully, I said that right, but really to just be about what I speak about, right? So, I've been in the market for a particular product. Like I've been researching and looking up different things pertaining to the purchase that I want to make. And it's not a cheap purchase, but I've been doing my due diligence because I know this is something that I need. This is something that I want. It's definitely going to be useful for me for many moons to come. So I was in a position to make the purchase, right? Like I had the money, I have I have the funds available to make the purchase. However, I had to decline on making the purchase because even though I have the funds, I have the monies available to make the purchase, to buy the product that I want, it wasn't fiscally or financially responsible for my future financial plans and the things that I have coming up. So I have several other financial obligations that I have to make, like that I have to, like I said, I got stuff I got to do with my money coming up in the future. And even though I had the money on hand at the time to make the purchase that I wanted, to buy this particular product, which would have been a good investment. It wouldn't have been bad for me to have this. However, just because I had the funds to buy the product at the time that I was looking at it the other day, I had to really step back from my desire for the product, move away from, Stephanie, this is something you've been looking into. This is something that you've been wanting. You have the money on hand to make the purchase right now. Just go ahead and get it. I really had to step back and think about long-term affordability as far as me buying the product right now with the money that I have on hand, and then knowing I have other financial responsibilities. I have other things that I need to be doing, that I'm going to be doing with my money coming up here in the near future. And even though it wouldn't have taken me out, and I still would have been able to I would have been able to meet my financial responsibilities that I have in the future. However, I had to really weigh out the difference between me being able to buy this product at this time and me being able to afford it. And I talked about that in an earlier post back in early December, I believe. I talked about the difference between being able to buy something and being able to afford something. And, just recapping again, you're able to buy something when you have the funds available right then at that time to make that purchase. Like, it's not an issue. I got the money. This product costs $50 and I have $100, so I have the money on hand to make this purchase. However, affordability takes into consideration your long-term and upcoming financial responsibilities, and thinking about the purchase in light of those things. And even though I have the money on hand to buy the product, I have the money to make the purchase, that doesn't mean that I can afford to make that purchase when I think about my long term or my upcoming financial responsibilities, the things that I have coming up, the things that I need to do with my money in the near future. And so I declined on buying something that I really wanted because I thought about it. And I'm real big on, I don't share information, I don't share stuff unless I have walked it, talked it, been about it myself. And I know for a fact this was just a more recent occurrence. However, there has been plenty of times in my life where I had to consider my ability to afford something versus me being able to buy it simply because I had the money on hand. And I know that I it wouldn't have taken me out, but just because of me wanting to be financially responsible, not make purchases just because I can or just because I want something, and thinking about my long-term financial responsibilities and the ultimate focus of where I am going as far as my finances are concerned. I have to sacrifice some things and I have to say no to some stuff. And it's definitely I'm not saying I do it all the time, but I did it this time. And I'm sharing it with you guys because I want you to know that this is important. Like, these are the types of skills that make you more financially responsible and helps to move you further along in your financial journey to achieving the financial success that you desire, to getting to a place in your life financially where you're not living paycheck to paycheck, you're not robbing Peter to pay Paul. You are able to, you're not living above your means, you're not spending more than you earn. Just these are the tool sets. These are tools in the tool set that comes when you reprogram your mindset when it comes to money and how you handle yourself when it comes to money. Like, not being emotional about it, not being impulsive about how you handle yourself when it comes to financial decisions, and just thinking about it, not for the like what it is in the moment, but really considering your future financial responsibilities. If you have children, if you have a spouse, and just thinking about everything holistically and in its totality. Now, I do have a certain part of my budget that I set aside specifically for discretionary spending, meaning the things that I want to spend the money on. But right now, just being transparent, we have several home projects that we are working on and attempting to like finish up. So my discretionary spending has been cut so that we can do the things that we need to do as far as our home is concerned, and just the long-term financial goals that we're attempting to reach as a couple and as individuals. So like I said, even though I could definitely buy the product, had the money to buy it, and it wouldn't have caused me any distress, I had to think about it as far as affordability, and if I can afford that, making that purchase in that moment. And you got to think about that. Like, you got to consider that when you're making financial decisions. Like, how does it's, and I'm not saying like going and buying a $5 foot long from Subway or like something minor, but if it's getting into the hundreds, like, is this really something that I can afford at this time? I might, although I have the money to buy it, can I afford this? Is this purchase within the affordability bubble, or is it just over here in the buy ability for bubble? So yep, there's that. Let me know what you think. How does this fit into your financial universe, your financial mindset, and your life when it comes to your money and how you spend and how you interact or engage when it comes to financial decisions? Let me know in the comments. Let's engage. Let's make this a good conversation, because it was definitely a moment for me, because I struggled I'm talking to y'all about it all calm right now, but I really struggled. I was just like, oh, I can definitely buy this right now. And then I was like, but Stephanie, you finna finish. Your roof is about to be finished. You got your daughter's birthday coming up. You want to finish the inside remodeling stuff. You also got I just thought about all the things that I have coming up. And even though a $300 purchase probably wouldn't scratch the surface on the finishing of my indoor interior changes that I want to do in my home, that $300 can be better served doing something else that moves me along the mark for what it is that I'm trying to do in the long run, versus me buying something right here in the moment that's gonna make me feel good right now. So yeah, it was hard, but I did it. Because you got to know that just because you can buy something doesn't mean you can afford it. You got to take into consideration long-term focus and goals. All right, you guys be easy. Take care out there. Happy New Year, by the way. And if you don't know, I'm sitting in my bathtub because this is where my children gives me my space. And so I'm like, mommy's in the tub, even though ain't no water in it. They don't know that, but they don't bother me. So there's that. All right, be blessed, guys.